like to thank our coaches, players, and parents for their effort and support of Grenadiers baseball during the 2017 season. I'd also like to wish our 11 seniors the best of luck as they pursue new challenges. The future looks bright for Grenadiers baseball. We had 3 sophomores and a freshman up with the varsity, and we have numerous other good young players coming up, so I'm really excited about our future.
My favorite 2 moments of the season were probably when Ryan Sinksink on senior night hit a walk-off home run and we all celebrated at home plate. I thought it really brought our team together. And I would like to thank my parents for introducing me to baseball at a young age. I fell in love with it, and I'd like to thank Coach Bana and Coach Baniak for teaching us more than baseball and getting us ready for the real world once we graduate high school.
My favorite moment of the season was against Hoffman Estates. We were down a run going into the bottom of the 7th, and Joe Lopez hit a home run to tie it up. And then in the bottom of the 8th, I had a leadoff home run to walk it off. And I'd like to thank my coaches for putting us in a position to succeed all year. I'd like to thank my teammates for sticking with me all year, and I'd like to thank my parents for all the support.
I'd like to thank my coaches for putting me in the best position possible to succeed throughout the season, and for pushing me to my limits and making me a better person and player. And I'd like to thank my teammates for picking me up through the whole season, especially when I'm down. You know, they never got down on me. I'd say my favorite moment of the season was Justin Post's walk-off base hit against Schaumburg. Pitched a tough game, you know, gave up 2 home runs, the whole thing, 10 hits, you know, it wasn't my best outing, didn't have my best stuff, but, you know, he came in, he picked me up, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, you know, they had already thought they were in it, they were looking forward towards the next game. Post comes in, shows him what's up, make a throwing error over the catcher, we all crowd at home plate, pat Austin on the back, winning run, and then we run to Justin. We all kind of dogpile on him. You know, it was really exciting. You know, we were all like fired up last inning.
Hi. The quality of the team that I am most proud of would be our resilience. We had a young team. We had no seniors on the varsity, and we had lots of freshmen and sophomores playing very valuable minutes. And we were extremely competitive this year. Had 6 one-goal losses in conference. And even though we couldn't quite get over the hump from that perspective, we were able to still show up to every practice and every game with the mentality that that was going to be the day that it was going to happen. And it all paid off for us when we had our first playoff game against Lane Tech in a regional semifinal. And we were the 10 seed and they were the 7 seed, and we were able to knock them off 2-1, so we were able to play in the regional championship this year, which I think is going to be a great experience for the girls when we're in that position again next year. With the experience that we gained this year, we can be right there fighting for the top of the East Division next year. So great job, girls. Very proud of you.
My favorite moment of the season was when we played Lane Tech. It was the regional semifinal, and they were the 16th ranked team in the state, and with the 16-2-3 record, and we weren't doing as well at that time. But we went into the game positive and looking to win, of course. And I scored the first goal, and everyone rallied around me, and like the rest of the team, and we just played with a lot of energy, and we were able to get the second goal and beat them, and then their season was just awesome, and the bus ride home was awesome as well. I would also like to thank Mr. Porters for helping me come back from 2 ACLs. They're both 8-month recovery times. I wouldn't have been able to come back and be all conference and a leading goal scorer for our team if it wasn't for him. I'd also like to thank our team for constantly being super positive and being super fun to be around. The season was super fun, and all the girls are pretty awesome. So,
I would like to thank my family, my dad, my sister Amanda, and Kelly and Steffi, and I would like to thank the coaches Klimzak, Klaus, and Gierman.
Most awesome quality of our program is how great everybody works together. The girls are super friendly. They like to welcome all the new athletes that join our team every year. They're very welcoming, supportive, and they just love working together. Well, we're growing. We're getting better every year. We're hoping to get more and more competitive in our conference. We had some state qualifiers this year, which is great. We're looking to repeat that same thing again next year and qualify some additional athletes to state.
My favorite moment of the season was probably when I qualified for state. I played the same girl twice, and she's the #1 singles for Rolling Meadows. It was the toughest match I've ever played, and it was just amazing. It didn't really hit me that I was going until the next day because I was so tired, but it was worth it. And then the band ride to state was really fun because Julia and Yumi brought their guitars and ukulele, and we played in the band. It was super fun. And I'd like to thank Coach Roble and Coach Nisbet and Coach Lee. I couldn't ask for any other coaches to support me at state.
Hi, I'm Julia Bautista, and I'm one of the varsity players at Badminton Elk Grove. The best moments of the season were enjoying the games, meets, the invites, and also the practices. I was very happy to win 3rd place at sectionals and continue playing for state to represent my school. And although it was a lot of pressure, it was a great learning experience, and I had fun with my teammates and coaches who supported me.
Right. My favorite memory from track this past season was winning the Addison Trail Invitational during indoor season. It was a huge momentum boost for our program. We got more people to come out and join after seeing what we were able to do. We had a kind of a renewed excitement going into the outdoor season that really propelled us into conference, where we'd scored more points in conference than we ever had in the last few years, and it became a big part of our season, which ultimately led to us getting a state champion this past year. The future and direction of the program, I like to think we're moving in the right direction. We've got a great group of underclassmen and who did a great job sending out our seniors on a high note, and we're going to miss those seniors
It
tremendously.
was pretty predictable. It was winning the state championship in the 800, and I just couldn't have asked for a better end to my last race in my high school running career, and I just peaked at the right time, and it was just an incredible feeling. And then I'd like to thank my coaches and my parents and all my teammates for always supporting me. And my coaches, even like after I finished running the 800 and I still had to line up for the mile and I didn't want to do it, they told me that I am strong, I can do it, and it was really motivational and inspirational. So.
Then future and direction of the program, like I said, we have 9 freshmen. We have a lot of returning players. We had 2 seniors start on varsity, so it'll be hard to replace them. But all the people coming back, especially the fact that our goalie's a sophomore, and most of our goals, probably 80% of our goals, came from people that are coming back next year, is something that we're really looking forward to. So, lots of promise. Favorite memory, I have 2. First one is when we beat Meadows. Kaylee Hatfield was swimming down. She got the ball, started swimming towards the goal. It was like triple overtime, and she scored a goal, and it was the first time we beat Meadows in the 3 years I've been here. And then, second favorite memory, we were in our tournament. We were playing Maine East, and we had like 5 seconds left, took a timeout. They went back out there. Abby Farmer got the ball and shot, and the ball went in as time ran out, and we won by 1 point. So that was definitely a highlight of the season.
My favorite moment of the season would have to be when Kaylee Hatfield scored our winning goal in the Rolling Meadows game. I've never been so happy when we actually won against Rolling Meadows, and it was a great feeling. I like to thank all my teammates, because without them, obviously, we wouldn't be a team. I'd like to thank my parents for getting me in the sport 4 years ago, and I'd like to thank my coaches for getting me to the position and spot I need to be for my college career. And I want to thank Alexa Rodheim, who actually got me into the sport my freshman year, stuck me on varsity, and it was just, without her, I don't know where I would be. So thank you.
Thanks. I'm Bob Lepkowski, head coach for the boys tennis. In our 2017 season, I want to do a shout out to Marcos Cristoforo for going 15-8 at our premier first singles position. Marcos, great job this year. Our program in the future continues to be recruiting new incoming underclassmen, many of whom show up with having never touched a racket before, but they leave with a lifelong skill of recreational tennis. I thank you very much for the opportunity to work with these wonderful young men. Hope you have a great year.
I think my favorite moment of the season was, it's going to sound kind of weird, but the last bus ride home after sectionals, after our last couple games. I think just realizing as a senior that was my last bus ride on a white bus with the entire team and my coach. It's a bittersweet feeling. The season's over, but sitting there, I realized that a lot of my teammates I won't probably see again for a while. I think the games and the matches that we've had are something that will always stay with me, but I think eventually I'll forget about those. I think what I won't forget though is the conversations and the moments I've had on that white bus with my coach and all my teammates. I want to say thank you to my parents first of all. It's been a great 4 years playing for EG Athletics and competing on the varsity levels. They've been my support throughout all 4 years, and without them I wouldn't have been able to accomplish much. And then obviously my coach, all my coaches that I've had throughout high school, not just my tennis coach, but since this is the spring season, my tennis coach too, both of them, Coach Nisbet and Coach Bob. They've just been very helpful and inspirational throughout the season. And then to the athletic department and all the work that they put in behind the scenes that a lot of times the athletes don't really recognize is there. And then finally, I think my teammates, without them, the season would have been nothing. And I just think being a senior and having these 4 years come to an end, all the people behind you that support you are what make the seasons very special.
I'm really proud of the way our team came together. It was not a team at the beginning of the season, and by the end of the season you could just see these guys gel, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of that. It was really difficult to pick one favorite memory. I think there's really two that stand out in my mind. The first is when Luke Alcazar finished his pommel horse dismount at the sectional. We knew we had our season high. We were so proud of the way that our guys came back, especially because the week before at conference it was not a very good meet, and they just bounced back and did fantastic. And the second would definitely be letting Jim Briggs know that he qualified for the state meet, being that first competitor to qualify at Elk Grove since 2013. That was pretty special. Thank you, Gab. We can't say thank you enough. The warm-ups are fantastic. It's amazing to watch these guys transform the second they put them on. They felt more like a team. They just looked better. It was amazing.
All right, my favorite moment of the season would probably be the phone call I got from Coach Dangle telling me I was going to state. By far, probably a favorite moment of high school career. It made me so proud of myself and things like that. And you know, my coach was so happy for me, and it was a great way to top off senior year. I definitely like to thank, of course, my coach Ryan Dangle, and then the three assistant coaches, Logan Bradley, Bob Esposito, and then Nick Alcazar. And then, of course, Mr. Watts, Mr. Bill Watts. He was my coach freshman to junior year, so I definitely like to thank him.
First thing I want to go over is my favorite memory of the season. We played a match against Notre Dame, and we ended up losing the game, but the score was 38-36. And that showed the determination of this team. That's a long time to go past 25 point for point and not give up. So even though we ended up losing the game 38-36, I was very proud of the way that we fought through that. That's kind of the way this team was all year. Second thing was the qualities of the team that I'm most proud of. Volleyball aside, the group of kids that we had on our varsity this year, and especially the 9 seniors, are a great group of kids. Kids that represent our school well, both athletically and academically, and just kids that I know that are going to do well in the future. So,
my favorite moment of the season was the From tournament. It was kind of a tournament where it was towards the end of the year, so we were kind of having our ups and downs throughout the season, and it was just an opportunity to play volleyball and have fun. And then during our lunch break, we always joked around about Varga bringing Chick-fil-A sandwiches. And then all of a sudden, you know, that Varga comes running down the hallway holding a bag of Chick-fil-A sandwiches, yelling, "We eating good, team, we eating good." So that was just a really fun moment of the season. I'd like to give a big shout out to my coaches, Coach Benholz, Coach Rice, Coach Mays, my sister included, and also my team, my parents. Without them and their support and their constant feedback, constant motivation, I wouldn't be the volleyball player I am today to receive the all-conference nomination.
The qualities of the team that I'm most proud of are kind of just our team unity. It was a pretty small group of guys this year, but we were a close group that always was taking care of each other. The way we approached each and every game, we were focused, we were confident, we were ready to play when we got in the water, and lastly, the resiliency. We went through a lot as a program this year, and I think the guys handled it very well with the leadership of our captains. So just really proud of those types of qualities that we're starting to come forward through the team this year. In terms of the future of the program, we had a lot of young kids in our program this year. We had about 14 freshmen, which is encouraging. Numbers are good. So looking forward to see them develop, grow, and continue to take this program in the direction that it needs to be in.
My favorite moment of the season had to have been at one of the tournaments we had here at Elk Grove, and we were playing Maine East High School, and it was just a hard-fought game throughout the entire time, and it was low scoring, but the guys kept with it, we all kept with it, and it was a huge team win. And of course, thank you to my coaches. Thank you to Coach Kura and Coach Tolle. You guys helped so much throughout the season. You mean everything to this team, and a huge shout out to our senior boys. John Noonan, Mike Pauls, and Seabass. Love you guys. Thanks for everything.
Softball team this spring. We've had a very successful season in terms of winning ball games and kind of coming together and learning what it is to be a part of the team and understanding each player's role. As far as these guys go, there's been a good number of games where we've been behind and kind of had the old cliche, never say quit kind of attitude, where we've come back in ball games to win that we got behind early in. Terrific group to practice with, one of the best in all my years. Concentrated and did the things we asked them to. As far as what we've accomplished, we're in the regional tournament as we speak now. Our program has been able to compete well in those, and we look to the future with the help of our lower level players and their coaches who do a great job.
Alright, my favorite moment of the season was probably just being able to play with all the seniors, because there's 9 of us on varsity, so being able to play with all the seniors is really fun. And then we just won our first playoff game, so we're going to try and make it as far as we did last year, so that was super sectional, so we just got to keep going. I'd like to thank Mr. Grams and Miss Mullaney for making me the player that I am. Without them, I don't think I'd have as much success, and I'm really going to miss them.
My favorite moment of the season were probably the bus rides to our away games and getting chicken tendies before our big win against Hersey. And I'd like to thank all the coaches, Coach Grams, Coach Mullaney, and Coach Bob, for always encouraging us to do our best and helping me become the player that I am today. And my dad for being my favorite coach of all time. He's been my coach, and he encouraged me to play softball in the first place 10 years ago. So I'd like to thank him for helping me become the person and player that I am.
I'd like to thank everyone that's got me to this point in my career. You added everything, and I'll take it forever. Thank you. Of the season is all the little things that we do. We're a very close team. We always have fun with everything.
All right, the qualities of the team that I'm most proud of this year would definitely be how hard the athletes work, their commitment to getting better, not just in track, but in every sport across the building. And just to see the kids compete day in and day out. The future direction of the program, I think our under levels were very good this year. Our frosh soft class is going to be very successful with their determination and work ethic for future years to come.